super early morning. Woke up at 4:30 and gotta catch a plane. I'm just making myself a coffee. I have to get to the airport like 4 hours early. Gotta have a COVID test before I go into wherever I'm going, Nepal. So I figured I can just sleep on the plane. Wow, what an absolute mission of a morning. So I got up earlier than I needed to, told the taxi I needed to go. I showed him the airport thing. Anyway, he took me to the wrong airport. And then I had to get a taxi to this airport. Google Maps said it would take 1 hour and 42 minutes. Luckily Google was wrong, and I got to the airport in about an hour. Then the COVID testing place turns out doesn't open until 9, which was too late. And it also takes 24 hours. So I managed to let them, I convinced them to let me get on the flight and go to KL, and I'll figure out how to get a PCR test in KL. I've got 5 hours stopover. So yeah, so now I'm just waiting for the shuttle to take me to gate 12, and so far so good. But you know what, this is a good YouTube story. I've pre-ordered my COVID test, and I'm hoping that when I get to KL it will be fairly easy to go and get that test, wait around for an hour and a half, and then check in for the flight to Nepal. So this flight's about 6 hours. I'm definitely going to get a sleep in, because I woke up at 4-ish this morning and it's been a manic morning. Alright, so I had a sleep for 3 hours, and that was a godsend. Caught myself snoring a couple of times. Okay, so found out that I have to clear customs, then get my bags, which will pose an issue because, as you know by now, if I clear customs, they potentially might want to quarantine me, i.e. lock me up for 5 days. So I'm hoping that if I just show them my connecting flight, that they'll let me get my bags. Then I've got to find the COVID testing place, and this is a gigantic airport, so good luck. Made it through customs, didn't even ask. She asked, where am I coming from? I said, oh, I'm coming from Osaka, Japan, but I just have to get my bags and then I've got a connecting flight. She's like, okay. Boom. Everything always works out for me. So, got through customs, check, no dramas. Picked up bags, check, nice and quick, no dramas. Went to business check-in and they told me where to go to get my COVID test. I wouldn't keep my bags, so I'm having to cart them around with me. Had my COVID test. I prepaid for it online, like nailed it, worked like a charm. There was no wait at all, and it'll be ready within 1.5 hours. And I was told I need to check in by 7, which I will. And they're gonna just email me the result. So this is like going ridiculously smoothly. Getting in some steps. It's fucking hot though, this airport. It's because we're out KL, I think, is a hot country, so they don't, like, I need to acclimatise, which is kind of why I've had to strip off my jacket. Anyway, beautiful airport. Might go get some food, do some shopping, do some videos. Got an hour and a half to kill. And yeah, so all going really well. Nailing it. Meanwhile, let's check out how awesome this airport is.
Yep. Sorry. And then this
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, it's done. Nice, miss. Front, the other one. And then the strap, yes.
Okay.
Ah, yeah. That's good.
Do we like this one better?
Very good.
What do we think? I'm gonna buy it. Oh, there's makeup, and I do need makeup. This happens when I'm in airports and I've got time to burn. It's not my fault. Ooh, Dior makeup. Let's go have a look in there. Bought some makeup. Ooh, perfumes and cosmetics. There's lots. So I'm super running low on my powder foundation. I think it's what it's called. I'm not too sure. So I bought them. It was like 300 and something ringgit. I don't know what that is in dollars. Could have been $4,000 or 20 bucks. It's Dior, so it's probably closer to $4,000. Okay, so a few of you are wanting updates. It's all going really well. Customs line was like 15 minutes, so bugger all. Made it through, they didn't give a fuck, didn't ask to see anything. Got my bags, walked straight out the door, like I could have just left the airport. Came up to level 5. That almost took as long as getting through customs because there was about 25 people wanting to use one elevator. Anyway, made my way up here, found the business class check-in. She said, you've got to go get the PCR test, pointed me in the right direction, so I found it really easy. I prepaid for it, so that's all done, and that will be ready by probably in about an hour. And the business class people said I've got to be checked in by 7, so that gives me a half an hour wait. In the meantime, I went shopping. Sorry, Andy Van. He knows what we're like. At airports, but I needed some makeup, and I also need like a head scarfy thing to wear in the countries where you need to cover up a little bit, so I felt like they were necessities. So yeah, now I'm just relaxing for an hour, but it's super smooth. Like, this airport is actually really efficient, except I'm sweating like a fucking bitch. I've literally got sweat dripping down my back, down my butt crack, because it's so hot in here. Everyone's in like jumpers. I'm like, whew. So yeah, that's my update. Whew. Nailed it. COVID test came back negative. Only took an hour. Bags are checked in, and I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to have to catch a train, maybe back to the departures. I don't know, but nailing it. There was, I reckon, 300 people lined up, and I'm going, oh no. Anyway, there's a business priority like queue, and when I say queue, there's one other person already at the counter, and then it was me, and that was it. I don't think I can ever fly like economy ever again. So good. Now I'm just off to find my lounge to have some food now. Don't want to eat too much though, because I want to be able to eat the food on the plane. But I think it's just around the corner. These people are very lovely here. This airport is a well-oiled machine. Okay, so update. Made it here with about 30 to 40 minutes to eat and drink to the Gold Lounge. And really, considering the debacle of everything today, I felt pretty calm. I kept saying my mantra in my head of everything always works out for me, everything always works out for me. And I really did. And I'm lucky that the KL airport is like, I keep saying it, it's a well-oiled machine. It's awesome. Really easy to sort of figure your way around, and everything seems to move relatively quickly, especially when you're cutting the queues in the business. Like, there was honestly a queue of about 300 or 400 people trying to get through customs to depart, and the business queue, there was no one in it. There was one guy already seeing the dude, and it was just a breeze. So yeah, I'm feeling calm, and the flight's going to be awesome. They're probably going to feed me lots again. Anyway, let's have a look around this joint. So there's this guy that I watch on YouTube who cruises around the world and just like buys first class and business class tickets and like reviews them. And I feel like that guy because I'm sitting here going, oh, I don't want to eat too much of this food because A, it's not as good as it looks, although the penne pasta is quite delicious, and they're going to feed me up on this plane, so I've got to like leave space. But let me show you what I'm eating. This is good, that's average, that's not great. Beer good. Not sure about the wine yet. I feel like a business class reviewing person. And it's so awkward, like I've got this new respect for like actual influencers who video everything that they do and they just talk to themselves, because like I'm sitting here talking and I'm thinking, are people looking at me? But they're actually not. They're all on their phones or eating. Anyway, back to eating. So about this airport being a well-oiled machine, not so much when you get to the gate. They do all of the scanning right as you go to the gate, which is like, no, anyway, it was a bit chaotic and a bit slow. So, KL, you need to sort your shit out. You were probably fast becoming my favourite airport as far as like, you know, what's the word? Cogs moving really well, but that is just a debacle. Anyway, I shouldn't complain. Where am I going? Am I at the right gate? That is Singapore. Oh yeah. Kathmandu. Hey guys, made it after all of that. It's like 2 in the morning Australia time, so I'm wrecked. Even though it was a decent flight. But yeah, but I'm here.